In the city of Pāvā, a sudden death triggered a total institutional collapse. The charismatic leader of the Nigaṇṭha spiritual community had just died, leaving a massive vacuum of power. Without their central figure to guide them, his followers immediately turned on each other. The community fractured into hostile factions, using their words as spears to attack one another's understanding of the teachings. The collateral damage was immediate. The lay followers who supported the group watched the bitter infighting and grew profoundly disillusioned. They began turning their backs, walking away as their spiritual refuge crumbled. In Pāvā, the disappearance of a single charismatic leader was enough to bring the entire community to the brink of dissolution. A novice monk named Cunda witnessed this chaos firsthand. Realizing the danger, he traveled swiftly to the village of Sāmagāma to deliver a warning. Cunda found the senior monk, Ānanda, and relayed the news of the Nigaṇṭha collapse, describing the bitter arguments and the departing followers. Listening to Cunda, Ānanda was struck by a deeply unsettling thought. He wondered if his own community would suffer this same violent dissolution the moment the Buddha passed away. Seeking guidance, Ānanda and Cunda presented their anxieties directly to the Buddha. The Buddha responded with a clear distinction. He explained that everyday disputes over minor monastic rules or livelihood protocols are relatively insignificant. However, he warned that disagreements regarding the core path and practice are what actually lead to a total breakdown. A community can survive logistical friction, but ideological fractures at the foundation are what lead to total failure. Long before an argument breaks out in the courtyard, the seeds of division have already taken root inside the human heart. He identified 6 psychological flaws that feed this division. The first 2 are anger that hardens into grudges, and contempt that fuels rivalry between peers. The next pair includes unchecked envy coupled with stinginess and the presence of deceit. The final pair involves harboring harmful desires and a stubborn, ego-driven clinging to one's own opinions. Unless a community actively manages these 6 internal human flaws, no amount of external rules can prevent its eventual destruction. The Buddha did not expect perfection. He recognized conflict was an inevitable part of human interaction and designed a leaderless framework to survive it. He established formal, face-to-face communal procedures. These were meant to settle disputes honestly and transparently, bringing issues into the light. Before any confrontation, he required his followers to assess the psychological state of the individuals involved. The goal was to ensure correction was meant to heal the person rather than punish them. This strategy treats conflict as a regular procedural mechanism to be managed, rather than a failure that needs to be hidden. To maintain this structure, the Buddha introduced the 6 conditions for amiable living. These act as a daily behavioral shield against the roots of division. The first 3 conditions require members to maintain loving kindness toward their peers, in physical actions, in spoken words, and in private thoughts, both publicly and privately. The 4th condition is the absolute equal sharing of all righteous gains. Even a single bowl of alms must be shared with the community. The final 2 conditions involve the unbroken maintenance of shared ethical virtues and holding unified and noble philosophical views. These active commitments create a cultural environment where the psychological poisons of anger, envy, and ego cannot survive. Communal harmony persists through a shared commitment to loving conduct and a culture of institutional repair. This creates a system built to outlast any leader.